Cyberpunk 77 looks like an intriguing, I guess, GTA-ish sort of type of game in a cyberpunk future world.
More like probably more like a Skyrim or a Witcher.
Is that more? It's going to be.
Yeah,
like?
it's being developed by the people who made The Witcher, so it's definitely going to be more of an RPG. It's based on a pen and paper RPG from the 80s.
I think I might have heard of that one.
And it looks good to me. It looks interesting. I have interest in it.
You know what? It's funny. I think I own this. I think I own the Cyberpunk tabletop from the swap meet. It's just sad.
So I want to play it. My issue is they somehow made a Cyberpunk world look kind of boring. It's
really.
They even said, like, in the article, they tried to ground it in some sort of reality, and to me, I don't want a cyberpunk world set in reality. The aesthetic's going to be different for everyone, but when I think cyberpunk, I think Blade Runner and Ghost in the Shell and stuff like that. I want the darkness and the neon, and this is like, I don't know. It looks like Knight Rider, you know.
Well, the car looks
you
like
want
Knight
something
Rider. Where it's there. You don't want sunlight. It sounds like.
I want cyberpunk. This looks like California with an 80s synthwave filter thrown over it, and it is California. But this is a far more generic looking.
This is closer to what it might actually look like 50 or 60 years from now.
Yeah,
which to me is interesting. They're going a little more sci-fi versus just dystopian future. Like they're saying, okay, biomechanical people, virtual reality to the next degree, things like that. I'm not big into the cyberpunk. If there's a scene, I have no idea. To the aesthetic, I think it's interesting. I like the original Blade Runner. I rewatched it. I think a few weeks ago. I forgot why I rewatched it. I was like, I hadn't seen it forever. So it's a great movie. Let's see. We spent a lot of time trying to make sure this feels like California. I think you can tell more interesting stories being more grounded in reality. It'd be easier to tell stories relating, or at least having themes of social stratification, of society still having some sort of prejudice and racial issues, but maybe sliding it more to mechanical type of things. I think there's a lot of interesting things you can do. I think keep it more grounded. At least, obviously, you can do that throwing out the setting, but I think there's something to be said for keeping it more grounded, and it'll be easier to go A to A and B to B on some of these moral themes, or you know what I mean.
Sure.
That could have been a decision.
And honestly, we've only seen one trailer.
The trailer looks fantastic.
The trailer certainly makes the game look fun, and I'm sure there's going to be plenty of different settings to play the game in. I was just surprised to see such a, I don't know, less extreme take on the idea of cyberpunk, I guess.
Less extreme, because there's still sunlight.
Well, it's different looking. I'm not the only one who thinks that either.
Sure. So the original Cyberpunk was Cyberpunk 2020, the tabletop. So that means it's hitting in 2 years.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, they're a little bit off.
Just a touch.
They're off with the hover cars in Back to the Future. Let's see. See, I don't know much about this, but there's mega corporations that run things, which is basically where we're headed to anyway. The game's default setting is the fictional Night City, a city of 5 million people on the west coast of the U.S. between L.A. and San Francisco. Okay, so it was still in California, the original. It was described being near San Jose, but okay. Blah, blah, blah. Following a vast socio-economical collapse and a period of martial law, the United States government has had to rely on several mega corporations to survive. This has given them a veritable carte blanche to operate as they will. So I'm guessing it'll keep with that theme, but now fast forward 50 years and now where are we at with things? And that could be interesting too, because you can get into issues of mass consumerism and having to rely on the shit that these corporations make and have to buy them to survive, which we are kind of at now. We're starting to with these good old smartphones, not being able to live without them. So picture the themes, fast forward where we are now, fast forward 50 years and where we can be run amok with, maybe we're going to be required to buy certain medicines or pills in order to counteract other shit in the environment. So say the corporations have created such a bad environment themselves, but they're not putting out products you have to buy from them in order to make it day to day. So there's a lot of interesting things they can do in this that you couldn't do in a GTA game. GTA is crime and punishment and violence and things like that. But this to me is more potentially more thought-provoking.
Well, Fallout's done that sort of stuff before.
Sure, but I haven't played that. But this is okay. I'm sure, but that's the wasteland though. This is still society still trying to exist.
Oh sure, I'm just saying that. I mean, those sorts of
this
stories
is like
packaged.
But this is like Twilight Zone shit to me that I like. So I'm on board. I'm on board with Cyberpunk 2077 when I'll be 97 years old. Holy fuck, I'll be dead.
Yeah,
I'll probably be dead by then. So all right. Anything else to add to this?
Nah.
Well, I got more thought-provoking than I thought I was about the themes that you can do. I like it more and more.